for review discussion. Let's take a look at this. Guys, Dan, you reviewed the game. What about the bugs?
I mean, they are a bummer, no doubt about it, except for the hilarious ones.
Yeah, and there are some hilarious ones.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's there's no question that these games would be better if they weren't buggy. But not all bugs are created equal. Some of them have a major impact, and some of them don't. Like some of them just don't interfere that much. So I gave Fallout 4 a 9.5.
Right.
In spite of those bugs and the performance issues it's having on consoles, because it didn't really have that great an impact on me. There's nothing in there that stopped my progress through the main story. Like there were a few side quests I couldn't complete, but I already gotten all the XP from killing stuff and all the loot, so I still felt rewarded. It just wasn't that big a deal. But obviously it would have been better if they weren't there.
What about you guys? What's your experience with this game?
So thankfully I haven't come across any game-breaking bugs that just completely ejected me from the game. Or
which platform are you on?
Xbox One.
Yeah.
So frame rate has been mostly very steady. I think I've only had one combat issue where there was a weird frame rate thing. Clipping is obviously a big deal. People kind of getting stuck in walls. Where are you going, dude? I can't shoot you from there. And for the most part, that's kind of limited to it, which is nice. I hope I don't hit any of those quest bugs. That is really disappointing. It's I worked really hard to get through this quest, and now I can't finish it. Thankfully, like I said, has not happened to me yet. So it's not a big problem, but it is an issue that other people are experiencing that, because it's I can't finish this thing, and I worked really hard.
I ran into a main quest ending bug and had to go back to an earlier save. I mean, that was a primary quest line bug. But even, I feel like I was talking with a friend about this today. I almost feel like Fallout games are, if you're a fan of Bethesda games, you're like being a fan of Godzilla movies. You see the strings on the planes, and it doesn't bother you. You're there for the Godzilla movie.
Right.
People who don't like Godzilla movies, I totally get not liking them. I understand that it's frustrating. To me, that's what I'm there for. And in a strange way, I forgive things because of the nature of the beast. I forgive things that I wouldn't otherwise. What about you, Steve?
I feel exactly the same way you did. I think the bugs are something you accept as a natural consequence of the game being so big and so open-ended with so many interrelated dependent systems. So when I come across something that's mildly annoying or amusing, I just accept it as the price you have to pay to live in a world or to adventure in a world that's so rich and so full of content and so just so full of pieces that connect with each other across the map.
And I think that's a great point, that we would probably be a lot less forgiving of problems like this if there were any games that did a similar thing better.
Yeah.
But nobody has done something that like this type of RPG as well as Bethesda has. They've set the standard, and the standard for that type of game includes bugs.
Yeah, and if we were seeing the same level of a lack of polish or kind of rough edges in a very scripted, directed game like Call of Duty, it would obviously be, in my opinion at least, much more objectionable.
Yeah,
so,
relative to the standard in this genre,
right.
This is way too buggy.
So while I do like some of the bugs, there's a floating ragtag dough just in the sky.
Right.
Okay. It is still really bothersome that you can't complete quests. Even if it is Bethesda and we do come to know that they are buggy, that's just almost unacceptable. You should be able to finish your game.
Right.
So,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that's not
the thing.
Okay.
The thing that makes evaluating these games really tricky is that you're not. If I don't hit a bug, that doesn't mean somebody else isn't going to hit that bug. And I had that happen with Fallout New Vegas, which is notoriously buggy. But when I played through there, I had a couple of side quests that just didn't work right. And it's well, there are a couple bugs in this, but I played through it, had a great time. And everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people had major issues with it.
Right.
I just didn't have that. So it's, you're kind of rolling the dice a little bit.
Quick question for all of you, if you had it happen, what's an amusing or entertaining bug you saw? Anybody?
I had a firefight breakout in Diamond City, which I think was a result of having pissed off some gangsters. That they triggered a ambush kind of thing. But I fast traveled to Diamond City, and that meant that they ambushed me right in the middle of Diamond City.
Oh,
wow!
But which was kind of cool, except that the security guards ran away.
Wow!
And then Yeah, so like everybody ran away, including the security guards, and I killed the guys that were ambushing me. Then everybody walks back and nobody mentions it.
That's kind of lovely.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
I think my favorite is about a 50-50 chance anytime I return to Sanctuary that there'll be a Brahmin loaded down with a huge pack of goods stuck in my house, unable to get through the door, and just trying with all his might to walk through a door that is far too small for him to get through. And I just look at him and I just say, like, keep at it, guy. That's good for you, because I'm out here busting my ass too. And
he's like the horse in Dirt Gently Holistic Detective Agency.
Right,
Just
yeah.
can't get out of the room.
Yeah, and
how
so,
did he get in there?
So I'll go away, I'll come back, and he's gone. I feel like, great job. And then I'll come back a couple hours later, and there he is again in my house trying to get out.
He just really wants to just be there.
Yeah. What about you?
Definitely the floating animals. That is
Right.
my favorite thing. It's just like, hello up there. How is it going? How did you get there?
Right.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna kill you. You're gonna fall down. It's all great. So you can't attack me. So.
I saw on Destin's screen yesterday he had killed a blood bug, which are the giant mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And it just kind of hung there in the air for a moment, and then just like flipped around real fast.
Yeah, my favorite that I've run into so far, I was standing outdoors and a mole rat burst up next to me, so I just whacked it the melee, and I guess I hit it just as it was bursting out of the ground, and it just flew as far into the sky as you can imagine, and just vanished over the curvature of the earth. It just flew off into
Team
nowhere.
Rocket's blasting off again.
It was great.
What I anticipate is in like another 12 to 15 hours, here it's going to come from the other direction.
It's going to smack me in the head.
Right.